and there have been rumors that you don't have the amount of money you should. Are you broke now? Are you struggling financially?
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not broke, but I'm fractured.
Being a professional football player is one of the most riveting careers that anyone can have, with many kids aspiring to be players like Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, and many other Hall of Famers when they get older. But with this being such a great career with huge payouts for top athletes, how do guys like Antonio Brown end up going broke? So in this video, we're going to go over the dark truth of how NFL players lose everything. Before we find out the answer, I think it's important to make a distinction between elite players who make a ton of money throughout their extensive career versus your average Joe going to the NFL. Let's use the name Joe as an example, a made-up NFL player in my head. Now, Joe started playing high school football, and out of 1 million high school athletes, he ended up being just good enough to play in the NCAA, which currently holds 6.5% of college athletes. Now, out of that, they had 70,000 players playing in the NCAA, and only 1.6% of them actually make it to the NFL. And on top of that, only 300 rookies actually get picked up by an NFL team. Because of the sheer difficulty that it takes to actually make it to the NFL, and a lot of times this being the player's only dream, they'll fail to put attention towards what will help them post-career financially. Now, if they're lucky enough to actually make it to the NFL, players will usually be put on the NFL's minimum salary. Currently, as of 2024, the NFL's minimum salary stands at $795,000. Now, of course, you gotta subtract taxes, which is approximately $250,000, which leaves the athlete with $546,000 per year to play with. Now, assuming this player will be in the NFL for 3 years, which is the average NFL player's lifespan, they'll end up accumulating $1,600,000 throughout their entire career to survive on for the rest of their lives. Now, I know what you're thinking. If I made $1 million in 3 years, I would be set for the rest of my life. But for a lot of NFL players, that just does not happen. Rarely do these players think about life after their career, and they end up leaving college without degrees, which puts them in a compromising position to where they can't make great money to sustain themselves throughout their lives. But a lot of these athletes will end up trying to stay in the sport and they love somehow. A lot of times you'll see them in some type of coaching gig, or maybe even find themselves in the XFL. Now, elite players have a totally different story. With astronomical earnings and a long career, this will usually leave them with enough money to survive for the rest of their lives without a problem. Or is it? Exhibit A.
All right, your name?
Adrian Peterson.
Wait a minute, you're not.
Yeah.
Now, Adrian Peterson is one of the greatest running backs of all time, breaking rushing titles and an MVP to go with it. Now, he led the league in rushing yardage 3 times, and notably during the 2012 season, he actually ran for 2,097 yards, which was the highest single season total. Well deserved, Adrian Peterson earned a whopping $103 million throughout his NFL career, but now he finds himself in financial trouble.
Remember in 2015, AP threw a party. He spent millions. A camel? You gonna pay for 300 guests to fly first class? 10 jumbo jets.
In 2021, New York entered an $8.3 million judgment against Adrian Peterson stemming from unpaid loans. So that begs the question, what is causing all these athletes to lose this money? The first one is poor financial literacy.
Caleb Williams went to USC in Oklahoma. Horns down still, fight on. Yeah. And my signing bonus is 25.5.
Getting signed to an NFL contract has a very close resemblance to winning the lottery. After all, a lot of college athletes before NIL deals went from being a broke college student to being a millionaire within a day. We're not going to dive fully in depth with this in this video, but 1/3 of lottery winners end up going broke within 3 to 5 years. And because of this statistic, there's no wonder why athletes struggle to keep their money. Now, the NFL has been trying to change this fact by offering players their own personal finance boot camp. Now, this is a 4-day program that gathers current and former players along with their significant others to discuss budgeting, investment planning, and risk analysis. Former running back Clinton Portis is a prime example of suffering from the consequences of not choosing their advisor wisely. He ended up losing $43.1 million in career earnings as to what he describes as shady financial advisors defrauding him. Another alarming statistic suggests that 78% of NFL players end up falling into financial stress only 2 years after retirement. And this only emphasizes the importance of financial literacy no matter how much you make.
2018 NFL draft class, my advice to you on spending money is to spend it like you don't know it's gonna be there tomorrow.
The next one is pressure from friends and family. A lot of athletes will see pressure from people closest to them and will suffer from what I call survivor's guilt. I mean, of course, if you're riding in the new Mercedes, you gotta get your friend all the way back from elementary school one too, right? I've even heard stories of athletes giving their family members and friends allowances throughout their entire career.
He had some advice on what to do, how to, proportion out my 401k investment plan with the NFL, which seemed to be successful. But other than that, it was very hands-off. My mom came to me and wanted to open a yoga and spin studio in Jack's Beach. He advised against it, which I should have listened to.
Ultimately, it's up to the athlete to tell the people closest to them no. But at the end of the day, it's way easier said than done. I believe this boils down to the same reason why athletes go broke in the off season. They believe that the money is going to keep on coming in forever, so they never worry about incurring huge expenses throughout their career. And the next one is poor financial decisions due to peer pressure.
That most of the times when athletes buy stuff, it's not for them. It's to impress people that watch them, that see them. Yeah. This party wasn't for AP. This was party for the guests that show, look how much money AP got.
I know you saw all the athletes with crazy looking chains on the sideline and walking down the tunnel when they're getting ready for an NFL game. And believe me, you'll be surprised by how much some of that jewelry costs.
Then I got myself some jewelry, 50K on that. Got me some grills, chain, watch, couple bust downs.
Being flashy seems like it comes with playing in the NFL, but flashy also comes with a price. If you're a guy on a max contract, you'll probably be able to afford it without a problem, but for somebody on an average NFL salary, buying extravagant jewelry will set you back financially years. Guys like Brock Purdy and Ocho Cinco have been notorious for saving money by avoiding materialistic things. Now, Ocho Cinco is on the back end of his retirement and he's seeing the fruits of his labor for making great financial decisions earlier in his career.
You used to live in the stadium too.
I stayed in the stadium the first 2 years.
What is that story I heard? Yeah, what is the story about the stadium?
I didn't want to spend any money. The NFL stadium has a player's lounge. It has a couch. It has a kitchen. It has food. It has shower. What am I going to buy a place for? And everything I need is right here where my job is.
But ultimately, it is up to the athlete to secure their financial future. We all know that they make more than enough money to do so, but it all comes up to them making good habits. And a lot of these habits are the same principles that they suggest regular people make, such as graduating college to give yourself options, investing in trustworthy sources, and creating a budget no matter how much money is coming in. But if you follow this channel, you will learn how to do all those things and more as I take you on my financial journey. But make sure if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.